What's new in the world, ladies and swordsmen? My name is Cyblade, and today we're doing something a little different. So, with Monster Hunter Wilds fast approaching us, I thought it would be a good time to talk a little bit about some things I'd like to see in the upcoming game. But first, before we talk about that, sorry that it's always, but you guys know I gotta do it. Please remember to subscribe if you have not already, and if you are subscribed, then please remember to click the like button if you are indeed enjoying these videos. Also, leave comments down below and share the videos on your social media. Retweet on Twitter, share on Facebook, do whatever you do on Discord and Instagram. All that helps me out and doesn't cost you anything. And, you know, we should all just do whatever we can to help out each other, you know, make the world a better place. But without further ado, let's cut right into this, shall we? So these are the things I'd like to see in Monster Hunter Wilds. So, although I'm aware some people have taken issue with them, I think a majority of us agree that one of the most entertaining parts of the last two games of Monster Hunter, Rise and World, was the Turf War feature. Seeing these monsters actually interact and fight each other was a really cool addition to these games. And while it was still prevalent, it was much harder to initiate these turf wars in Rise, I've personally found, when compared to World, because getting these two monsters in the same area was harder than pulling teeth. You'd have to get extremely lucky in Rise in order for turf wars to happen, which is why in a lot of my lore videos involving Rise monsters that feature turf wars are from other people, because they've managed to get these turf wars to happen, and I am lucky to ever have such a thing occur. This is likely because in Rise, the monsters no longer chase you when you're enraged. You can maybe get them to follow you into one other zone, but that's about it. So, unless you get very lucky luring them in with a stink mink, these turf wars aren't gonna happen, whereas compared to you could get a monster to chase you halfway across the map in order to get them to a place where the other monster will show up to initiate the turf wars, or just to the zone with the monster in general for these turf wars to happen. So that is something I would very much like to see back, is monsters chasing you once they are in an enraged state, to be able to lure them to other monsters or to advantageous areas, like luring them into environmental traps, which was also a big feature in World that did not catch on quite as much in Rise. It was still there, but not nearly as much. So I'd like to see that back. A bit of the counterpoint to my last point, but one of the most charming features of World I found was passive monsters that will let you just casually walk alongside them as they do their day-to-day thing. It was really cool, and that way you could follow them around and just enjoy seeing them do the things they do in their normal life. This was also a thing in Rise. They'd have certain things they do on their own, but again, without the feature of passive monsters, whenever they caught wind of you, they just immediately give up whatever they were doing and just jump to attack you. So again, I'd like to see passive monsters back, just allowing you to walk alongside the monsters and just observe them peacefully as they walk about their day, doing whatever it is they do in their free time when they're not fighting us hunters, was really cool. It helped establishing the world building. And for those that are here because of Katana's story and watching my lores from that, I know a lot of you are here because of it. You might notice that, unlike in other chapters where she writes down what's happening in the video one for one, that doesn't often happen in scripts, at least from my Rise monster lores. That's because I write down the scripts and give them to her, and then I record after the fact. So the script is everything that happened as I plan it, but on more than one occasion that does not happen in the Rise lores as I plan, because as soon as the monsters catch wind of you, they'll abandon just acting out their normal day-to-day and instead choose to attack you. So yes, you can crouch to try and be stealthy to get them to not notice you, but again, you still gotta get really lucky for that. So just having passive monsters to sit there as you follow them and watch as they do their day-to-day would be really nice, and it would help with the world building. Basically, I want Monster Hunter Snap to just see monsters act how they do in the wild without them attacking us. But we don't have that, so the closest thing is just passive monsters behaving as they do normally. And the final way for us to just observe monsters in the wild that also didn't return in Rise is the mantle system. Chief among them obviously being the ghillie mantle, allowing you to walk around with the monsters and observe them as long as they haven't seen you beforehand. Even the most hostile monsters can be fooled into just thinking you're a walking bush following them and will not attack you. But then beyond that, of course, is the mantles more assisting in combat, such as the elemental proof mantles that allow you to obviously take less damage from the elemental attacks, or of course my personal favorite, the temporal mantle that allows us to dodge every attack like we have Ultra Instinct. Yes, it could be a bit of a cop-out to rely on those so much, but again, they really just helped out with the hunt, and you could argue they made things too easy, but we're hunting giant monsters countless times stronger, faster than us. We need all the advantages we can get, so the mantles, I believe, would be a big help that I would like to see returning. Just all the different ways they can affect a hunt is really helpful and just a lot of fun and interesting in all the different ways they can affect the hunt, as I said before, to change things in your favor, or even just to help just screw around, have a happy fun time, like the glider mantle. That was always fun, and I'd like to see it or a similar mechanic return. Although I guess we will be getting that new steed creature, so to just be able to glide around with it would be very nice. I guess we'll have to see how that affects things when the game actually comes out. So there you have it, everyone. Those are some of the things I would like to see in Monster Hunter Wilds. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but I've had this on my mind for a while now, things I'd like to see come back, and this is just off the top of my head. I'm sure if I really sat down and thought about it, I could have a lot more examples of things I'd like to see in the future, but including a video on like the monsters I'd like to see returning, or again more ideas of new monsters I'd like to see. But for now, this is all I've got. If you'd like to see something like that, monsters I'd like to see return, or new monster ideas, let me know and I'll give you what, and I'll make a video on that. But for now, like I said, it might be a short list, but it's something I'm passionate about and really want to see in the future. No, it's short but sweet, because you can tell probably, or at least I hope, that this is something I really want back in the series, that just gave it a bit more life, that while Rise was fun, I just felt it lacked just a slight bit and would like to have it back, to just add that tiny little extra breath of life into the series again. But again, maybe this is just me whining about things, you know, not being as easy as they were in World, or just not getting my way all the time, and I could be just the only one thinking about that and whining for no reason. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and maybe we can get a good little discussion going on this. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this and want to see more, go ahead and slash that subscribe button. If you like this video, give a quick cut to the like button. Leave a comment down below. Share it around with all your friends. Be sure to click the notification bell so you never miss it when I upload a video. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Then I'll see you guys in the next video. But until then, Blazing Swordsman, stay sharp.